Here we are. So we are out in the desert. Tethu is the main character. You can actually play as male or female, but we're playing as male. Over there you can see a giant pot, and that is actually a dungeon that we're going to check out later. But first of all, this is actually the entrance to our oasis.
Oh wait, no.
So in the game, you actually create an oasis with water spirit Isna, and she helps you. You start it, and then it progresses, you level it up, and it grows larger. So we have various tribes in the game. These are called newts. They're my favorite things ever. If you talk to them, they just kind of tweet at you.
So they're kind of like owls slash penguins?
Yeah, they are. They are actually penguin-owl hybrids. So we're going to run right over here into the inner portion of the oasis. And one of the really awesome things about this game is that you can actually, you build these shops called bloom booths. So here's one, and what you do is you build it, and then you keep it stocked. And rather than buying equipment, like in many RPGs, this is doing something completely unique. You actually stock up these shops with duodems, which is the currency. And let's see, let's give her some stuff because she doesn't have anything to sell. And then the shops sell the inventory. Then you collect the duodems that they get from wanderers who come into the oasis buying their wares.
Right, because your role in this oasis and this community that you're building is you're kind of the overseer of everything. So you're the one actually stocking the shop, so your underlings can kind of sell it to other people.
Yeah, exactly. Real quick, I'm going to run over here and show everybody Isna. So over to the right is a little tree house, and that's where my home is. I created the oasis, but that's my home. But here's Isna, just so you guys can see what she looks like. And she helps me level things up and gives advice and is just your partner throughout the game. As you can see, the loading screen has a newt. Cute newt.
I love that. The character design in this game is so incredible. I mean, you can actually see, back to the, chocobos and rabbits from Secret of Mana, which is honestly my favorite game of all time. So to have Mr. Ishii at the helm of this game after making Secret of Mana and Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, I'm so psyched about this game.
Yeah, it's incredible. As you can see above each of the shops, okay, so the little newts are actually loaded, so they go in and they spend tons of duodems, so it's really good to have them in your oasis. And then, as you can see, the little speech bubble with the duodem above it, or sorry, the bloom booth above it, is the duodems, and I can collect it with my wind ability, like so. And then it adds to my currency, which you see in the upper right, and then that's used to build new bloom booths. So we are gonna
But honestly, I'm sorry, you go for it first.
I was going to say the wind ability is actually really special to the Children of the Great Tree.
It is, yeah. So each character that you collect in the game, so you will build parties in the game, and each character has their own special ability. Tethu, the main character, has the wind ability, and you use it actually to solve puzzles later on in the dungeons. But right now, I'm actually in the bloom booth placement screen, and I am going to build a juice shop. So Tethu is actually, there are various tribes throughout the game, and Tethu is what's called a seedling. And with other seedlings, they're actually, so they have, as you can see, she kind of brings her heart out, and it's a seed that is then planted into the earth, and then Tethu uses the duodems to grow the bloom booth. So we're going to see what that looks like. What's really cool, though, is as Tethu is a chosen seedling, Tethu is capable of growing an entire oasis. So most seedlings can grow these bloom booths, but if they're chosen seedlings, then they're able to grow an entire gigantic oasis, which can also become larger. And
well, what they've done with the Oasis theme is so cool, because you're in this desert, this harsh, unforgiving environment with enemies who try to attack you. So Tethu creates this oasis, and everything here is based on plants, and obviously the duodems are the moisture that the seeds need. So the theme that they've put together just kind of runs through the whole game.
Yeah, it's definitely in keeping with the theme, and as people may well notice, it's got a lot of Egyptian inspiration, a lot of the character names also, and here is Mira, and she's actually from the Draw tribe. She's going to be in our party a little bit later. The Draw tribe is a dragon lizard tribe. They're very demure. Let's see, here's Jethro. He's really cool. He's like, he's just got a really chill personality, and he's another seedling. But basically, as you go through the game, you want to get more and more wanderers to come to your oasis. The more wanderers you have, the more it will thrive, the more bloom booths you can grow, and your oasis will level up and expand. I'm just going to say hi to one more of these. Yeah, hi.
All right,
So
and then you got to fight something.
I do have to fight something. So in addition to the Oasis element that I've shown you here, we also are able to explore dungeons. So you can explore the outer world areas, and then we also have dungeons. So I'm actually going to switch real quick over to this one, and here we go. And we got it loaded up.
Oh, we need to switch
There
to
we
the
go.
other
There we go.
Cool.
All right. So here we are inside the dungeon. So let's take a look around. Just loaded up from a save point.
You have a party here. You have 3 party members.
Yeah,
And
so parties are a huge part of this game. And as you can see, I have people from different tribes here. I have Mira, and then I have Roto, who's also a seedling, and each of them has their own special ability. And as you make your way through the dungeons, you have to use all of their abilities to actually solve the puzzles and advance through the dungeon. So as you see, I just used my wind ability, which is called Green Gale. And now I'm going to switch to Mira, and she's going to use her really cool spear that looks like a flower and harvest from this petrified cacti. Sweet. And so what I really love about this game, it's got something really unique going on. I mean, not only is the aesthetic amazing and completely fresh, but you also are able to, you have the Oasis, and you can work on that, you can make it larger, but you can also switch, you can actively switch between your characters during battle as well. And I just think that's amazing, because so rarely do you play RPGs that have all of these unique elements coming together like this. And oh, all right, so there's an enemy.
Oh, you're hidden in there.
Yeah, so they hide in the pots, and then they smash you. And Roto has some cool things going on. Whoop. So when I press X, I do a slower but stronger attack, and when I press A, I'm doing faster attacks. As you can see, I can roll to dodge. Oh, go back here. Going back here.
I have a real soft spot for action-adventure RPGs that show damage numbers.
Yes.
So I love being able to upgrade my weapons and then see the increase in the numbers every time I hit. And
Right.
It is so satisfying. I know, I have to agree.
So you have these 3 characters, and you're able to solve puzzles, actually switch between them because they have unique abilities.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, only your main character can do the wind move, whereas you can switch to Mira, and she has other abilities that other characters don't have.
Yeah, exactly. Another thing that people will notice here is I am harvesting and collecting things from all the pots that I'm breaking and whatnot, and you actually you gather all of these items, and as I was saying earlier, rather than buying equipment from shops, you actually take these items and you use what's called synthesize in the game, and that's inside your little treehouse room, and you do that to create and basically grow your weapons and your equipment. It's really cool. So as you can see, when I walk up to this, Tethu's like, I don't know what to do. I can't do this. But you see the little spear that he's thinking about. So clearly, Mira needs to solve this one for us. And she's going to lift that so that we can get up here. Ugh.
There's definitely an element of puzzle solving and strategy when you're building your team here, because if you didn't have, say, Mira in your party, you would just have to come back to the dungeon, build your party around that in order to solve puzzles that you might have missed.
Yeah, exactly. You definitely find at times you'll find a dungeon and you'll be like, oh, I need this kind of ability that I don't have yet, and so then you recruit wanderers, and you actually go out. You get side quests in the game as well. So you'll get side quests from people living within your oasis, and they'll be like, oh, I heard this rumor about so and so living, over yonder, and then you go wandering out into the desert, you fight monsters, and then you find the people that they're talking about and recruit them into your party. So as you can see, I tried to get through, but there is something blocking the way yet again. So now Miura.
Right. So Roto has an ability to transform into a little seed.
Yeah, the pellet ability. So he turns into pellet and then he rolls, and now he has access to this. So let's try that again. So anytime you see a lotus flower within the dungeon settings, he is able to use that particular pellet ability.
I absolutely love the overall theme of this game. It's just so organic and alive.
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, as everybody heard from Ishii-san's message, the developers have just put so much heart into this game, and it's clear. The detail in the game and just the absolute passion behind the design of this game is like very clear. All right. Uh-oh. So
What's up?
Actually, I think we need to load. Oh, no, here we go. There, see? Even when you've done the puzzles, you can sometimes get confused by the puzzles. Particularly early in the morning. All right, so we went through the wall and we pressed the little flower that caused the flow of the sand to stop. So now we can cross this chasm that was impassable earlier.
We have these multi-room puzzles that you have to think. I mean, they're not like easy puzzles. I mean, you're always going to have to kind of look around the entire environment and figure out which is
definitely, yeah, for sure. All right, so okay, so we've got a stronger enemy here. Oh my gosh. Ah! And I'm gonna get these guys first. Come back here. Come back. Hi-ya. Oh gosh.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Guys, that guy hits pretty hard. Okay. And as you can see, I have a lock-on ability, so when I lock on, it makes it much easier, and then it directs my party members to also attack this guy. Come on. Boop. All right. And Mira, actually, her spear is really strong against these enemies, so I'm going to switch to her for now. And that's another thing you'll find. You'll want to switch your characters depending upon the enemies, because the different weapons have different strengths. Ooh. And right now, oh my goodness.
Take some damage.
You, my friends, are going down.
Oh my gosh, that armadillo, he's really strong.
Spiky Dillo.
Yeah.
Spiky Dillo.
So, Kendra, you actually were able to localize the E3 version of this game, so you came up with all these names and all that, yeah?
Yeah, I did. And I, working directly with the developer and with the translator Yoriko, we really did our best to keep super close to their intent. So Egyptian-inspired names, and then like many of the characters have Egyptian-inspired names, and then the enemies have kind of creative names. So we, yeah, we definitely tried to keep in that.
So did we mention kind of the Spiky Dillo there? He's not necessarily a bad guy. We just beat the crap out of him. But he's actually kind of corrupted by this force.
Yeah, so the overarching story is basically you start out and your older brother is showing you how to create an oasis, and then this mysterious thing only known as chaos comes in and sweeps your brother away, and then you are kind of landed in the middle of the desert, and Isana finds you, and then that's where you create your oasis. So you don't know what's happened to your brother, and you're fighting off this chaos, and these little plants are actually chaos plants as well. But the chaos is taking over the entire desert, and it's also taking over the cute little creatures that live there and turning them into monsters. So when we battle them, they turn back into their original form. So we just we beat the Spiky Dillo, we opened up the chest and we got a key, so we're gonna go in here now and see what lies beyond. Oh boy.
You don't have a lot of health, so.
I don't. We're gonna just do the best we can.
All right.
Hopefully not get annihilated, because this dude does not look super friendly. Oh my gosh. And he is not happy we're here. And as you can see again, the design is just beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it.
You could see the corruption like coming from the
like
bottom
something is
there.
clearly not